Hey, welcome back. So Vivo sent us a 10 by 20 roughly steel frame chicken coop to review and put together and see if we liked it. So we're going to take this thing and we're going to set it up over in our field and we're going to see how well it does. The Vivo chicken coop is an all-inclusive package. Comes with everything you need to assemble. It comes with zip ties, it comes with wire, it comes with the frame, screws, bolts, even a tarp for shade. But we ran into a problem. This thing was not hard to put together at all. As a matter of fact, I think I snapped the entire frame together in about an hour. And it's not terribly tall, so even my little 5'9" self could snap it all together by myself. The door is handy and functional. And this whole thing is pretty lightweight. And, besides being lightweight, is sturdy and would be more sturdy if it had wire on it. But wire is where we ran into a problem. So the wire that they send with this is poultry netting. And you might be thinking, well, isn't poultry netting what's for chickens? Well, yes. But poultry netting is only good for keeping chickens in. It's not really good for keeping predators out. The other problem is the way we secure the wire is with plastic zip ties. And UV rays and plastic don't necessarily mix very well. So I think they sent 600 or 700 zip ties, and you're supposed to take the wire from this point and roll it this way over, across, and down. The wire is, I don't know, 4 feet, 3 feet long, which means that you're gonna have seams. Well, we'll do it that way. This means you're gonna have seams in the middle. So you're gonna have zip ties here going up and over and across. And in order to keep out raccoons and things like that, you're gonna have a zip tie like every 6 inches. Which isn't a terrible way to put things together, but it'd be better if they were metal zip ties. Now, this coop in this configuration and the tarp roof shade portion might work in a suburban backyard where you don't really have any predators to speak of. I don't know if I would trust it with raccoons. What I wish Vivo did, and maybe they will in the future, is sell just this frame. Because I understand that the wiring portion of it is really where most of the expense comes in. But this frame was awesome. It took no time to put together. Super easy. It's galvanized. Even the corners are painted so that you shouldn't have much rust or corrosion. And for those of you that have been channel watchers for quite a long time, you know that we have our world's cheapest chicken coop, which you can watch next if you want. And that was a pallet coop that was well made, had a milk jug roof and a door on it, made out of pallets, very secure, much more predator proof. That would fit perfectly in here. So if you wrapped this with the wire and then built your pallet coop over here, I think you'd be in good shape. What I'm going to do in the very near future is get some heavier gauge, probably 1x2 opening wire, and wire this whole thing with that. I think that would be great. They sell, this is about 46 inches from top to bottom. They sell a roll for about 125 bucks of that 1x2 whole wire that is welded, galvanized, very strong. And it's about 120, 130 bucks. So if Vivo would sell just this and that wire, you wouldn't have a very high cost. Now, if you bought this whole thing and decided to dump all that other stuff and buy the wire, I think this is 210 bucks. And the wire, if you bought the upgraded wire for just the base, is about 125. So for roughly 350, you could have a 200 square foot coop with sturdy wire. I think that's a great deal. I wish Vivo would sell just the frame and make that part cheaper, and then you could go buy the wire at your local farm store, but they don't. So this isn't a bad thing in terms of the amount of time it saved me in it just snapping together. I didn't have to design it. I didn't have to go get wood. If you built this frame out of wood, you would spend a lot more than $200 for just the frame, the door, the hardware, and all those things. So I still think this is a good deal, and I still think it's a good value. I would just modify it to protect your birds. I like my birds, and I don't want to risk their well-being on zip ties. So So check them out. You can check the link below for this specific coop. You can check out other products that Vevor has. I'm going to actually take this down for now because we're not going to spend the money to get the wire just yet. As you guys know, we have a fairly large event happening shortly, and I don't need to spend that money, so we're just going to hold off for a little while. But you will see this in the future here on the farm in some form or fashion. My name is Brian. This is Final Farms. If you haven't already, please hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Keep growing as you grow. See you next time. Bye.